Hey there guys, what's going on? Good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. It's 7 a.m. here right now and I'm doing two videos for you. One is first video was about Ultra Male, the reformulation versus the vintage, and I did compare. I let you know which one is better. Should you be good looking at Ultra Male? Discussed, all those details. If it's really discontinued, check it out if you really feel like it. From the knowledge or information that I gathered, that's what my discussion was. That was all about. But I'm gonna be doing a serious morning thoughts episode. It's been a while since I did that, so I'm gonna be accompanied by one of my favorite perfumes, Pacific Rock Moss. Okay, I think first thing in the morning, this smells really fantastic. Okay, this smells like the oceanic, aquatic, green, blue, all sort of this nice marine life. It's just a fantastic fragrance for the early morning. So if you do like fragrance like Dolce & Gabbana, like blue, something the aquatic nature, you can definitely try it. So just let me give you a heads up. I got backup bottles of two of my favorite fragrances, which actually were running low. Bulgari Aqua Amara and then Ultra Male by Jean Paul Gaultier. So as you can tell, my Bulgari Aqua Amara, it has gone down significantly. It's about less than 50 ml I have, and this one is the vintage version, which I don't want to use so much. So I got, let me show you my backup bottles. Okay, first thing I got backup is Ultra Male Jean Paul Gaultier, but this is a Puig version. Still, it's a Ultra Male. So another one, that Bulgari, I was talking about the Amara, bought a set. I hope I don't drop it. I have the bottle still, and I gifted my the official atomizer which came with 15 ml. I gave it to my GF. So yeah, let's start the morning talk. I can smell that Pacific Rock Moss, right? So let's have few topics, okay? And I really wanted to talk about this because this has been bothering me. I'm a human being and I've been doing this for some time, and then you meet a lot of people on, in your journey, on the road or in the path, a lot of different kind of people you meet, strangers. So it's a kind of like a world, through Facebook or through YouTube or social media that you meet, you never met or you never have met otherwise. So while I was doing the fragrance journey, reviewing, before you know, it's been like since 2016. If you count every year, it's been 6 years. It's crazy. And I've been doing almost everyday reviews, right? You guys know that, those who follow me. And I'm just one guy. I'm doing fragrance reviews from Bangladesh, and you guys have seen how I sort of went kind of out of my way to do almost all the fragrances I wanted to cover on my channel, like designer. Mostly, I'm a designer guy, and I have no shame in admitting it. Some people are about niche. I'm about designer. People call me cheap, clone, whatever. But I am extremely proud, when I'm working 24 hours with fragrance in such a way, reviewing. I have a decant page. I have a interest page, Fragcom Bangladesh. That's where I interact with people. Or I have a Joymin Fragrance Reviews. That's an official Bengali channel on Facebook. As well as I have a new marketplace. So I do run a lot of platforms. I really wish that I didn't have to do so much, but it's just how it is. So being in Bangladesh, I stay pretty busy about this fragrance work. So I understand not every single reviewer are doing this for full time. Some of them working with fragrance companies, some of them working with different jobs, business, and they do this as a leisure. But how is it my work? Because when I do the decanting, in that whatever I generate, I do get obviously support from my home, because we have by God's mercy we have social status wise we're okay. But whatever I make, I actually invest back in perfumes, okay, so I can make content. So in the process, if you notice my pattern, I bought a lot of fragrance I didn't need. I bought so many cheap perfumes, like $10-15 cologne, $20 cologne, and in a way I spent thousands of dollars buying fragrance so I can do the reviews, right? So my ultimate, let me just tell you this, then I'll come to the point. So the whole idea about me was I want to review everything out there. I am perhaps one guy from every single designer that I tried, I have perhaps the highest number of reviews, okay? Any fragrance that you type, if it's a normal fragrance or well-known, highly likely I reviewed it. In my wish list, I have about 5 to 10 fragrances I really still want to get, like Gucci Rush, M7 by YSL, or fragrances like, what else? Many fragrances that I cannot remember. There's a fragrance called Jean Paul Gaultier. Forgot. There's a beautiful bottle, like Cocorico. That fragrance. See, you get the idea. Like some fragrances I couldn't manage. They're super rare. But it's my dream to review everything out there, and I did review so many rare fragrances. I feel really good about it. So you cannot do everything, cannot make everybody happy. So in the process, I meet many people. So not everybody is happy with my work. Some people are happy, you know. So I tried my best not to get as much dislike as likes. But here is the matter I want to discuss after such a big intro, is that people, you know, like, you have to understand, you know, not everybody you meet who talk to you nicely is your friend. And friends are the biggest backstabbers nowadays. And this is what I've been learning. It's perhaps more pandemic. It's a more scary thing than the corona itself or COVID itself. You really have to understand what these people are like. It's understood when you actually did something bad to a person, or you hurt them, or you yelled at them, cursed at them, or you know, give them middle finger, they have something anger towards you. But it's kind of difficult to understand strangers, you know, people you never met, you never talked to in your life, or people especially you are nice to, you call them your friend. I'll give you two stories from my personal life, people from Bangladesh that I met, without names, how I treated them versus how they treated me, you know. So when you see this, your life kind of changes, you know, like when you are being betrayed by your friends, when you treat them nicely with so much respect, suddenly they write something outrageous about you, indirectly or directly, they call you out. It feels like kind of hurting, you know, because I expect that from my enemies, you know, people who do not like me. They do not like me in public. It's expected, it's normal, because I never liked them back, so it's normal. But here are two stories. There was a girl in our community, in our fragrance community. She has been with our group for 2 years plus, and I used to share a lot of things. She sent me, you know, samples from time to time. Let me show you some, and I'm very grateful for this, you know, because I did review this. These are part of my memory, and I'm a real human being. I'm not an a-hole like a lot of people out there who can be pretentious. So this is one perfume I did review. It's called Lush Lust. So this came from this girl, beautiful red juice. I absolutely love this perfume and many other fragrances she sent me. So thing is, like, I did keep in touch with her. I used to talk to her a lot, but in time I realized whatever I discussed with her, these kind of words I only discuss with her, and about fragrance community with people, and somehow this reaches some of my enemies. And I didn't know how that happened because I had doubts. But the very last time I talked to her, there was something happening in our community. You know, it's like a big drama over fragrances and business in Bangladesh. People, it's a poor country, so obviously the economy is tight. People are trying to make business out of everything. So there's like rivalry going on with our group, anti-group, and a lot of there's few sellers, just one or two guys. They try to continuously disturb our work and then try to take advantage or manipulate and like do a lot of nonsense in our community. So these guys, they actually sort of have sent this person, this girl, as a spy. And whatever I told her, this exact same things were popping up in that seller or whatever, this guy who is basically one guy who harmed me the most in my journey in Bangladesh. Despite I helped that guy the most in the community, I helped him rise, and he backstabbed me many times, and he did a lot of bad things to me. This guy basically was saying the same thing that I talked to this girl to. So you understand, me and this girl in the community who I actually thought I'm gonna make a moderator on a community or admin because I like her so much. She is basically knows a lot about perfumes, passionate. She has a great collection. She buys rare perfumes, niche and whatnot. So I respected her, you know. But when I saw that happen, you know, I never did anything back to that girl. And I noticed when I backtracked, every single time I sort of got angry, I was informed by this very same person or the girl that someone is talking about me or something's wrong happening. It's like a panic or something is like really happening, which actually never happened. And I actually fell for that, you know, stuff. So people, you know, do things, funny things. And I blocked that girl, you know. She knows very well who she is. This is what shocked me once. And this is kind of like people, it can happen to you. You might think like, oh, I'm a stupid guy. I trust people blindly. And I'm like hot-headed guy. Yeah, that I am. But at least I'm an honest guy. Okay. So second thing, one more story of recent guy who actually came to our group not so long ago, perhaps last year. So he is basically my age, and he got to see some of my reviews, became a fan, and he says he want to meet me. I actually don't want to meet strangers that much in general because I avoid people. I do not really find myself to be very social with strangers because you don't know who is what. And especially during the time of pandemic, I don't want to bring virus back in my house. So I still met him through another brother of mine. He also is a good friend of mine, ex-neighbor. Something happened recent times. I write a lot in my profile. I write a lot of nonsense because my profile is my wall. I can write whatever I want. I write about sport. I'm a little bit cuckoo, you know, in my head. But what I write, whatever I write, I follow the law, okay? But I do express sometimes anger. I write series of status. So if you do not take it well, you know, why do you add me? That guy later added me. I invited him so much, like I liked him so much. I invited him every single event afterwards. He appeared. So the thing is, you understand one thing. I do not meet people that way, that much. I don't invite just anybody and everybody in my gatherings. I invite very special and close friends with good heart. And imagine the same person going behind my back, writing in someone else's status, poking at me, insulting me, writing that ignorant, you know, people with PhD is stupid, they have no heart, you know, nothing. So I understand. The thing is, like, they did not write it on my status or had the guts to say it to me. So what did I do to him? Absolutely nothing. Why do they hate me? I don't know. So thing is, perhaps one of my brothers were telling me, perhaps, you know, you are too nice with people, people take it as a weakness. And it's true. Okay, so when my lesson, what I learned, that you should also think that when you meet people, strangers, don't trust people so fast. Do not think they're your brothers because they follow you. Even the old follow you. Many of my friends that I trusted, I made them moderators, whatnot. They're the people who stab me at the back the most. So sometimes you see me disturbed, and I deal with all this, you know, bunch of these people. Apart from doing fragrance work, and I have to be questioned, and people mock you, they talk about you, you know. I don't even know on fragrance community that people actually discuss me or someone mention me. I stay in my Fragcom Bangladesh because I cannot maintain more than 4 or 5 groups. So that's my limitation. And I have to do decanting, run a lot, which fragrance I'm going to buy, research. So this became part of my life. I took it very seriously. Of late, I'm feeling a little bit tired, thinking like there's nothing of great release and people are just competing, okay? They're thinking like it's kind of like a race, who has the biggest collection, who has more richer collection, who has more money, and who has daily hauls of 15 fragrances. This is all sometimes it becomes, but I don't think it's actually about that. Fragrance game is not about that. It is about that in some ways. If you don't buy, if you avoid everything, there's no fragrance game, right? Some of the reviewers, you know, I was watching old video of Daver. He was talking about Aqua Amara. There was a time, I think Miami Cuddles, Mr. Miami Cuddles was talking about that he loves it so much, and then he got bashed and made fun of by many reviewers. And I really think Mr. Miami Cuddles is an awesome guy, you know, because he's a straight up guy, and he's serious, he's honest, and I do respect that. I think he's an ex-police officer. So whatever he is doing in the community, I appreciate, and I really like this guy. So he can like a fragrance, it can be meaning nothing to you, but Daver was saying, you know, because fragrance is nothing to take seriously, but he said there's nothing special about it. It's just overhyped. Do not fall for the hype. But my question is, I asked him, like, many people, despite what you're saying, people like it and it smells unique, so what's wrong with it? You know, what's wrong with the hype? I mean, people can buy whatever they like. He said, what's unique about it? And I told him just a while back in the comment section, tell me other. I have gone through more than 2,000 fragrances in my collection, maybe a sample or a lot more actually, but let's say samples, partials, full bottles, or my old bottles that's finished. Out of all the fragrances that in my 6 years I tried, I did not find something that quite smells like Aqua Amara. So that makes it unique, isn't it? Some people hate it, some people love it. That's what I think it's great about it. You know, it's not for everybody. Not everybody smells like this. Some people like Versace, Dylan Blue better. But here, that's the thing, you know, like, why bash a fragrance, you know? You know, I don't understand. Like, tell people not to buy anything. So what people gonna do? People will not even try a fragrance, you know, and Fragrantica people like don't even bother. That's a horrible fragrance. Before it's released, they downvote it. So what's the extreme for? I don't understand. If you never bought a fragrance, never got into the hobby, it's just always typing. There's no point also, isn't it? So in the end, coming back to the thing that I was trying to tell you, how it affects people, not just the corona, you stay at home, you are under a lot of, you think a lot of stuff, you know, you don't have a normal life, you have to wear your mask all the time, wash your hands, a lot of worries in your life. If you see a large gathering, you avoid it, and a lot of people dying. So you think about this shit. At the same time, I started this when COVID started. I started this different kind of approach. I will make top 3, give me 3, something fun. So this is what I do for free. Okay, what I do, this content, it gets me no money. Okay, because when you see in Bangladesh, no one will, once again, no one will sponsor you for your journey. No one will say like, here's a fragrance for free. Okay, second thing, no one's gonna pay you money to do content. No advertising, nothing. So despite doing this for free, every day, try to feel better, try to make people feel better, you get a lot of bashing, you know, and then you realize it doesn't really bother. Do what makes you happy, right? So I try to become stronger, don't bother, but at the end of the day, we're all human beings, right? So if I believe, if I'm not doing anything wrong or evil by purpose, or doing anything nonsense makes no sense, you know, like many other channels are doing, they're working for a certain company, they're getting free bottles and promoting. I'm not doing that. So I'm very proud of it in a way, but I'm very happy for people who have their own fragrance line, who get free fragrances, they're working for Fragrance X. You're getting all the bottles that you want, you're getting it for discount coupon, but we have to pay our hard-earned money to buy fragrance, to do reviews. So being in a country, yes, some of the forums did say Bangladesh is a poor country. It's not so much of we are poor because of our money problem, it's a lot of our corruption and our nature. A lot of our people are very corrupted, okay? So that's what makes us poor, I believe. But I really feel, you know, like I search for good, try to be with positive people, honest people, and people with good heart, you know. A friend is truly a friend. This is what I feel. Last thing I'll say. A friend is really a friend who stays with you no matter what. Good, your good times, your bad times, your high times, your low times, you know. When you're even wrong, they try to stay with you, tell you like perhaps don't do it. As a good friend, they tell you. But some friends, they always seem to be like friends. I don't actually feel they're friends. They're just, I don't know, weird kind of people. They try to use you. They think they can get something out of you, and they try to actually, they hate you, but in their heart, but they show you they like you, and they try to do, they launch their business or something. But when you actually realize you don't communicate with them, then you become a bad person. So true friends will always be loyal to you no matter what. Even if you treat them badly, they will never ever hurt you or speak ill of you. If they do, they speak good stuff about you, not in front of you, behind you. So someday you go out there and say, hey, that friend of yours said good stuff about you, he praised you a lot. That way you know, yeah, these are good people. So end of the day, no matter how smart people are, how cunning they are, you know, they don't realize one thing: there's a God up there who watches everything, he realizes everything and decides everything. You cannot be smarter than God, okay? And second thing they don't realize is, if the world is full of people like these evil people like themselves, even themselves believe they want to be surrounded by good people. They mix with good people. Do you know why? Because they don't want to be cheated. They don't want to be badly treated. They want to feel like trustworthy with someone, isn't it? Like safe around some people. So yeah, it's important. You know, sometimes you're doing the right thing, you get hated a lot. Many people you have to block from your life. Part of the job, you know, you have to get nasty at times, you know, you have to be tough. So end of the day, I actually do not believe in quick friendship, quick love, quick relationships. These things don't happen. And the age that we live in, there's so much more sarcasm, so much more negativity, even reviewers, you know. I remember Eugene, I didn't even know him. The You Smells Good, good for him that he has his own line. He didn't even know me, made a review about me and then talked about me like, who is this nonsense, you know, doing nonsense coverage and everything, where I had massive respect for him, you know. I don't respect him anymore, right? So yeah, what you gonna do? But at times you don't do bad things to people, people do bad things to you, but you have to move on, right? So my humble request to all of you, if you actually have snakes like this around you, recognize that. Don't trust people blindly. Always leave a little bit of room, right? And this age is very dangerous, right? People can turn on you anytime before even you realize, and they can harm you a lot because they know your personal information. So protect yourself. Do not entertain people who have a lot of curiosity about you, want to meet you all the time, you know, want to know where you work, who are your friends. Don't share this, because this thing can backfire on you, right? It has been happening with me a lot, and I realized that, you know, I am much more rude than before, you know, just to protect myself. So protect yourself, be smart, enjoy the fragrance game. It's just a hobby. If it's becoming a stress, don't do it, but take it easy, guys, you know, like don't fight, you know. And do not like compete. You cannot beat anybody, you know, by doing this. People will compliment you one day with your huge collection, but that's about it. If you don't enjoy your fragrance, don't wear it. No purpose, right? Have a nice day. Thanks for watching, and have an, I think, positive mindset. That's most important. Stay strong up there. I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.